In a massive legal showdown that's sending shockwaves through the American supply chain, a California court has just stepped in to freeze a controversial federal crackdown. For months, the Trump administration has been pushing to revoke thousands of commercial driver's licenses from immigrant truckers. But today, the story changed. A lawsuit filed by the Sikh Coalition and Asian Law Caucus has secured a temporary halt. If you're a driver, a fleet owner, or just someone who buys things online, you need to understand why this isn't just a legal battle. It's a battle for the backbone of our economy. Let's look at the numbers. We are talking about nearly 20,000 commercial licenses. The federal government, led by Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, argues these licenses were issued improperly to non-domiciled residents whose work authorizations didn't match their license expiration dates. They call it a matter of national security and road safety. But California officials and driver advocacy groups call it a clerical error that's being weaponized. The state's DMV claims they were following long-standing rules until the federal government changed them overnight. Why does this matter to you? Because 20,000 drivers off the road means a massive disruption to the movement of goods. California's trucking industry is the lifeblood of West Coast imports. The lawsuit argues that revoking these licenses without due process would trigger mass work stoppages and supply chain chaos. Imagine the shipping delays and price hikes if 20,000 pros were suddenly banned from the road. The court's temporary stay prevents that, for now. This is more than just a trucking issue. It's a states' rights battle. The Trump administration has already threatened to withhold $160 million in federal highway funding from California as punishment. Governor Newsom has called this an assault on California's values. This is the newsjacking moment. We are seeing a collision of immigration policy, federal authority, and economic stability. Is this about safety, or is it a political chess move? The courts are currently the only thing standing in the middle. So where do we go from here? The administrative stay is only temporary. It gives the legal teams time to argue whether the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, FMCSA, bypassed the law by issuing these rules without a public comment period. For the 20,000 drivers whose livelihoods are on the line, it's a 60-day breathing room. But the threat of lost federal funding still looms over the state. We're watching a high-stakes game of chicken between Sacramento and D.C. The anatomy of newsjacking tells us that when a story this big breaks, we have to look at the why behind the headlines. Is your business prepared for a sudden shift in logistics? Whether you support the federal crackdown or the state's defense, the reality is that the trucking industry is in the crosshairs. Stay tuned as this case moves back to the courts. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories shifting our world. What do you think? Is this a safety necessity or a political overreach? Let us know in the comments below.